and white. Come on now, hands on fire, thoughts taking flight. Together we shine, words intertwine. Get funky, journal party live. It's journaling time.
What's up, party people? There we go. There's our music. How's everyone doing? Say what's up in the chat. Alex and Alex back to lead you through another guided journaling adventure. Hope everyone's had a good week. Let us know who's here so we can say what's up. So we got Nahal's here. Misty's here. What's up, Misty? Darlene's here.
Hey.
Awesome. Melissa's back. Annie's in the house. Tina's here. What is up, party people? Hope you guys are ready to feel some joy. How you doing, Alex?
Doing really good. I'm very joyful today. So this is going to be a really good session for sure.
It makes me even more joyful now that you're on these with me. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more attractive too. Like it's just, I think we're gonna get people who to stop their scroll. They're gonna be like, oh, who's that? 'Cause, see some dude. We don't care about the dude. Girl, Alex though. All right.
Thanks, babe.
Let's see. We got some more people coming in. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to trickle in. Deidre's here. Norma's here. Mary Kay's here. Mary Kay and I just worked on a little something for her book that she's releasing. She wrote a children's book, and we made a little guided journaling program to accompany it. So I'm very excited to hear how that goes. What's up, Beverly? What's up, Bernita? Darlene says hi. What's up, Bethany? Sherry's here.
Nice.
Oh, you got your journal in the mail. Nice. Awesome. Good. Let me know what you think. We may have to, with the tariff situation, we're looking to bring production stateside, which I intended to do in the first place, but it ain't cheap. So we may have some spiral bound notebooks coming your way soon. Journal Party spiral bound. But yeah, if you got one of the hardcovers, hopefully it's not a collector's item. Hopefully we'll be able to reproduce it again. But yeah, they got very expensive to do. Jessica's here, second timer. Awesome. Glad you came back. Welcome. Tina says she is pretty. She is pretty. Beautiful. Glad I finally came to my senses and put a ring on it. Misty says, I love it when both Alexes are on here. Mary's talking about the journaling thing we did. So excited about it. Trial run tomorrow. Awesome. Well, let me know if you need anything in that to support you. Bernita says, me too. I can't wait to break it in. Nice. I'm on I must have gone through about 5 of these Journal Party notebooks at this point. Because every time we get on here, I'm ripping through them. It's crazy. I'm going to need another trunk. Jessica's here. Got my free journal the other day.
Amazing.
Awesome. I'm glad people are getting them. We had to switch warehouses because one warehouse just wasn't sending them. So that was fun. But such is life, such is business. You got to find ways to find the joy in it all, and that's what this evening's program is about. Let me pull this up for us here. All right. So if you're looking at the screen, you're wondering what this is. This is the Journal Party Guided Journaling app. What's up, John? Welcome. So let me put the QR code up there. If you don't have it, you can scan that QR code or just visit the Apple App Store or Google Play, or you can access a web-based version of this by visiting app.journalparty.com. The web-based version is looking a little funky right now. I got to talk to the developers. They're squishing all the icons, but the app's looking just fine. So anyway, you don't need the app for this evening because I will be streaming it for us. And as you can see, we have all sorts of guided journaling programs. And typically on Journal Party Live, we like to debut our newest programs. And this evening, we have a lovely program for you called The Joy Compass. Navigate towards what brings you true happiness. So, I decided to put this one together because I was reflecting a lot on my own personal values, and one that kept coming up was joy. I want to feel a lot of joy in my life. I think that, if I could just choose the experience that I was having, well, of course, I'd want it to be filled with joy. It's the best stuff. It's the best part of life, in my opinion. I mean, there's all sorts of colors to life, but I think that, when you're feeling the peak and all the goodness of joy, I think that's where it's at. And for me, particularly, through reflection, I've discovered that not only do I love joy and want to cultivate that in my life, but I actually really love shared joy. So all the ways that I can, not just be joyful myself, but the ways that I can revel in that with people that I love and that I love to hang out with. So what a cool way to do that! Get to hang out with all my favorite people, my lovely wife here, as well as our lovely party people. And you guys ready to feel some joy? Let's see. Got some comments going in here. Okay. All right. Dee's here. Hello, beautiful writing friends. People are saying what's up to John. Awesome. All right. So hopefully you guys are ready. Everyone, go ahead, get your journal out, get your pen, get your beverages, your snacks, whatever you need, because it's time to get going. Yeah, Darlene, don't forget to smash that like button.
Thank
Party
you.
on. Appreciate that. Yeah, it does help. It does help. And we are actually going to be trying to make a little bit more of a push on YouTube these days. So it goes a long way. We appreciate it. And all right. So the only other thing that's going to be a little bit different tonight is girl Alex, wife Alex, is going to be doing the odd numbers today. So
We're getting crazy here.
we're saving number one for my number one. You like that?
Yes.
All right, cool. Let's get going. Without further ado, here comes the Joy Compass.
A joy snapshot. Describe a recent experience that filled you with joy.
All right, get ready for your next prompt. Tiny joy task. What's one simple thing you can do today to bring more joy into your life?
Peaceful past. Reflect on a time when you felt truly at peace. What were you doing?
Smile starters. List some activities that always make you smile.
Happiness feel? How do you know when you are truly happy? What does it feel like?
Joy people. Who are the people that bring the most joy into your life? Why?
Happy place. Write about a place where you feel the most joyful and alive.
Childhood joys. What childhood joy or hobbies could you reintroduce into your life?
Daily spark. How can you create small moments of joy in your daily routine?
Joyful day. What does your ideal joy-filled day look like? All right. Nice work, party people. You know, I must be used to just having to read 10 of these because the last couple I've been like surprised that it was over. Like, I don't remember reading all the prompts, but we did it. We did it. And that was awesome. How'd you do, Alex?
Really good. Yeah, it's a really nice feeling to reflect on, joyful experiences because sometimes we don't do that. We're so consumed with what we have going on a day-to-day basis, but there's so many amazing, beautiful things in the world to be grateful for. And it was a really nice experience highlighting that for myself.
Yeah. There anything that was coming up a lot for you?
There were a couple of things which I'll probably share during our debrief. But yeah, I just, really solidifying the things that make me happy. There's a handful of things that bring me nothing but joy, and I need more of that.
Yeah, well, it's good to get in touch with it. The thing that kept coming up for me over and over again was just how much joy like playing music brings me, and how little I do that now. And it's crazy because it's such a huge part of my life. And even the prompt that was like the place, where's the place that brings you joy? And it was like being on stage, like rocking out, and that's like my favorite thing in the world. And I just I get so consumed with trying to be productive that I kick it out, usually intending for it to be a temporary sort of thing, and then it takes me doing like deep reflection to be like, what did I do that for? So yeah, that was the one that kept coming up for me. And then of course you and Bowie are my joyful rocks, just lighting up my life here. So good stuff. Good stuff. I found myself caught myself smiling through a lot of this, and I was really loving all the shares. I love it when you guys share like what your journaling space is like. It's such a cool thing. Like even just through a little text, seeing it's cozy and it's raining and journaling by candlelight. I'm like, oh, it's so cool. I love that you guys can create a vibe and like really enjoy this. And it's one thing to be here like at the control board of the whole thing, and I'm in my office and stuff like that. But I love that this can kind of reach into your lives, and that you guys are integrating it in a way that's like wholesome and sound and enjoyable. It's really a joy to read all those comments for sure. Let's see, taking a look at some of these comments. I'm gonna have to get us on a new program here so Alex can help me with the comments, because she can't actually see what you guys are writing, so I'm digging through it right now. Liz says, I noticed my happy people are the ones that understand me or been through what I've been through, like my siblings, and my happy places are mostly outside, though I suffer agoraphobia. Interesting. Well, thanks for the share. I mean, I can definitely relate. My happy or joyful people were, also just the people that I share life with the most, the people that surround me. And, the people that have that context, that's also a huge thing, right? Like so much of like what relationship is that shared experience. And that's what I was kind of touching on earlier is, it's really exciting when it's, a joyful shared experience, but even when it's not, I think, I actually remember learning about that in psychology. There was something that like your relationship will improve with someone after you've been through something that was like intense or even traumatic. And not that necessarily that's what you were saying here, Liz, but I do think it's interesting that it's that mutual understanding of like what went down. It just is it can kind of open up the context of a relationship. But cool share. Jessica says, I saw a pattern that I want to bring back, which was spending more time talking and spending time with hubby. That's sweet. Yeah, we should spend a little more time too, girl Alex. We folks at home, we sort of have this routine where we, at the end of the night, like we kind of like go to our like separate rooms. Like I'm in the den and she's in the living room, and she's watching her shows and I'm watching mine. But then every like half hour or so we like kind of meet up and like, well, what's going on? Okay, cool, I'm gonna go back to my spot. But and I was thinking, and I did write this down a little bit, that the nights where we are just together the whole time are extra special, and so I'm gonna try to carve out some more of those for us. But I think it usually helps when you have like a task, like a good movie to watch, or like the other thing I was writing about was like, I love cooking for Alex, and when we can share a meal, that's always really special. So, if you guys have any ideas for how us newlyweds can spend some more time together, quality time brings joy, we're all ears. Liz said, is it agoraphobia or agoraphobia?
Agoraphobia, I believe.
I keep thinking of like Agora Hills, the place by us. And I'm like, that's not the same. A little agoraphobia, not that severe, but enough to affect my life, especially since COVID. Yeah, I feel that. I think we all changed a little bit with COVID, and
Liz, you're certainly not. I was just going to say, you're certainly not alone with that. And during COVID, obviously, I think we all got a little comfortable with being solo and not being surrounded by people. So just know you're not alone in that, because that is something I've seen with a lot of people in my life. So I hope you slowly but surely start getting out there a little more. But you are not alone.
Yeah, I was just musing with a friend. He was inviting me to something, and I was like, I gotta be honest, man, I'll see if I'm up to it. And we were just talking about, one of the things that brings us joy post COVID now is just like staying home Like I mean, I got really good at enjoying being home, but yeah, I do miss I kind of miss the before times a little bit, getting out there, experiencing what the world has to offer. Darlene says, sitting at a window while drinking my coffee, writing, 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 listening to jazz music, writing, writing, video calling my grandkids, just watch them play, writing, listening, poetry. Is that your ideal day or your joyful day? That sounds like a nice one. I like that flow.
And there's really nothing better than a warm beverage and, a nice cozy blanket. So that sounds absolutely lovely, Darlene.
Yeah, I do love that. There's you know, have you ever, Alex, you ever heard of Cozy Collective? Um,
Uh,
I think it's a band, or maybe it's just like, a producer. It's probably, no, knowing me, it's probably like some AI channel or something like
yeah,
that. But
never
it's
heard of it.
actually, there's when I was looking for all like, getting into all like the lo-fi music and stuff like that, there's this one group that they just put out stuff that's so chill, and they call it Cozy Collective, and it's like the perfect name, and like even the name, I'm just like, just melting into it. Darlene, love this one tonight. Thank you. Well, you're so welcome. Annie says, I'm sincerely hoping that after this surgery and recovery that I will have energy to do the things I love again. Well, I hope that for you too, and I hope all is well, and I hope it goes well. You have the well wishes of all of us here at Journal Party. So yeah, good
Absolutely.
luck with whatever you got going on there. But I'm sure you'll be back at it in no time.
And listen to your doctors and do all the rehab they tell you to do and make a fast recovery
Yes.
so you can get back out there.
Bernita says, I love that you still have your individual spaces, but actively choose to come together to connect. Yeah, well, she's my partner in crime. I got to see what she's got going on. Oh, it's just Real Housewives. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
No, but I think, personality wise, there's some people that love to be surrounded by others. And I have personally never quite been that way. And I really enjoy my private time. But I do love that, we do come together a few times throughout the night and just check in on each other. But yeah, I think it's also good to have, if possible, your own interests and your own activities and stuff, but come together every once in a while.
Hey, man. Kathy says, my happy place where I feel the most alive is sitting by the marsh on the campgrounds upstate New York and enjoying nature with all its sounds. I love that.
That
Now I
sounds
want to go camping.
Oh,
Alex, you
yeah.
want to go camping? That would
I
bring me joy.
do. Yeah, I would actually really love that. I mean,
Well, we should go before it gets real hot. It's I feel like now is kind of a good time. I'm gonna write that in my little bullet journal here.
thank you for the inspiration, Kathy. But yes, of course, I mean, being in nature and listening, there's really no other way to be truly mindful than to just be surrounded by beauty and hear it, and you're fully immersed in it. It's a beautiful thing.
Melissa says, I find myself finding peace as I watch my son at the beach. I get to remember my happy days of childhood and watch him absolutely loving his. Can't wait for summertime to arrive so we can go back. I love the beach too. I'm not sure which part of the world you're in, but I remember, I was so excited to be, checking out the other coast because I'm originally from South Florida. And I was really excited to relive some of my fonder uh, joyful days that I spent on the beach. But I came to find that they don't do the beach out here in Los Angeles the way that they do in Florida. You can't just you can just jump in the water, but those people are crazy, in my opinion. It is so cold. I don't think I've ever like gone full blown swimming in the Pacific I've lived here for like 16 years now.
Yeah,
Well, actually, we just did go swimming in the Pacific, technically on our honeymoon. That might have been like the first time I really went swimming in the Pacific.
yeah. Not in California though. It's freezing.
But yeah, I'm with you. The beach is awesome. Nature is awesome. If you can get like a slice of nature, it's just, mm.
And the joy of seeing your son enjoy himself, like that in and of itself is a beautiful thing. And will obviously
Yeah,
lead.
that's really
Yeah.
powerful. Mary says, dance parties. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I plan to add more dance parties into my life, whether it's my favorite song by myself or dancing with my little girl or dancing with my husband. Music is my happy place. I'm with you on that too. I love to dance. We just cut a rug big time at our wedding. So I'm currently like, my cup is full in terms of the dancing, but we should do more of that. I mean, Alex and I talked about it before. There's like places we pass by sometimes where they're like dance halls and stuff. It's like, what even goes on in there? We should go one time. We gotta check that out. That would be fun. Do you want to do a dance date?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. But I love dancing too, Mary. So I feel you on that one. I do.
A good dance party is good. Like if you can convince the party you're having to dance, first off, you're with some good people, and second off, like it's about to become like a way better party.
Mm-hmm.
Rosa says, this was so much fun. Thank you for this. I am needing to go make dinner. Have a nice evening. Okay, so she's probably gone, but Rosa, if you happen to catch the replay, know that we're grateful that you made it and glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Kathy said, me inspiring you just brought me joy.
I love it.
Thanks, Kathy. Love you. Deidre says, creating moments of joy by being observant of the things that make me smile. Morning coffee/tea, sunshine streaming in a window, writing, fresh laundry smell, laughter in the air, and just being in nature. I'm noticing a common thread here. Like, it's the simple things. It really is. It really is. And it's kind of crazy because I can, think back, even just today, like how many times I spent like a lot of energy like chasing some like hyped up thing that is promising the world to you, and you get that shiny objects and you're like, everything looks like that thing that's going to bring you happiness, and usually it's like right in front of you. Like odds are, like as I'm doing that, I'm sitting there with a cup of coffee, and what would bring me way more joy than like lusting after something else would be to just sit in that moment and actually enjoy it. I think that's journaling is good for this though. Having that sense of presence, that awareness, I think unlocks all of these things. And so, absolutely. Yeah. Alex and I have been trying to reduce our coffee intake a little bit, and we've been trying out, what is it, matcha?
Matcha, yes. My therapist, I was like, I love coffee. I love that ritual in the morning of a hot beverage or iced beverage, whatever it is. But I noticed that my anxiety was through the roof, and I can attest to your anxiety being through the roof too. And the two of us are just bouncing off the walls. And she recommended matcha, and so I've been making these matcha lattes, and so I get like the caffeine boost, but without the anxiety associated with it. So I'm loving it, and I hope we continue. It's supposed to be really good for you. I don't know what all the benefits are, but
it's got antioxidants. It's like green tea, right? So yeah. I mean, I think it's good for you for the most part. Although I think the key is going to be finding the right mix or powder or whatever it is, because one of them, Alex bought a bunch of them to get into this. Right now, yeah. And I tried one of them, and oh man, my tummy was not in a good way. But I know one of them for sure I've been okay with. So yeah, it's the monk fruit one, whatever that brand you like is.
Yes.
Melissa says, I'm up in Rhode Island. It's cold water here too. Too cold for me. Oh. Yeah, so maybe I was just spoiled. Those Florida beaches are the best. Darlene says, married 40 years, and me and my husband have always do our own thing, but we know when it's time to come together. And when we do, we talk a lot. It's important to go with the flow of what works for you. I agree with that. Go with the flow.
Completely.
Take it easy. Take it as it comes.
And there's some couples that, need to be together 24/7, whatever floats your boat, but it's, I appreciate that, Darlene, seeing that you've been married for 40 years and you guys can both, have your own thing going on. That's very promising for a future.
Well, I mean, if you need to be together 24/7, that's probably not a good thing. though. What is that, like
Well,
codependent?
I agree. But there's some people that are just, they kind of need to do everything together, and that's a wonderful thing. Again, if that is something that
Oh,
speaks to
like the
you,
couples with the hands
go
in
for
their
it.
in each other's back pockets, like that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, or just very dependent on one another. It's nice coming together, but again, being your own individual.
When I see that kind of stuff, I'm always glad they found each other. And I hope
Yeah,
it lasts.
yeah, right. Whatever.
And he says, I love going into secondhand stores and finding that old book that speaks to your soul for no reason.
I
Oh,
love
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's crazy. So, story time. Um, wow, if this moment that I'm about to tell you about didn't happen, there would be no journal party for sure. Because one of those sliding doors moments where, like, if this didn't happen, like the trajectory of my life would have been totally different. So when I graduated college in 2008, there was no jobs as promised. And so I flew to New York City. I borrowed my older brother's suits, and I was trying to set up interviews and stuff because one that was the one that I was there for was a lie. um, and so I'm getting ready to go to all these interviews, and I'm like, it was hot, it was in the summer, and I'm like sweating, just feeling awful. And I just happened to walk into one of these old bookstores, and actually the book that called out to me was Be Here Now. It was Ram Dass. And I had no idea who Ram Dass was or about this book. It's super cool if you never read it. It's like half reading, almost like graphic a novel before that was a thing. I wouldn't call it a graphic novel because that's gonna make people think it's a comic book. But anyway, I sat there reading that, and then this other book called My Reality Check Bounced, and it was about 20 somethings that were getting their first reality check. And so yeah, I was sitting there reading those two books, having a nice cup of coffee, and just I looked up and just it's like, you know what, I'm gonna have to figure something out for myself. And that's when I started my first business. I started this whole entrepreneurial adventure, which I guess now, gosh, how many years later is that? Like 17 years later?
Wow.
Holy moly. Oh
Time
man. But yeah, those that's awesome. When those books, they really do call out to you. I'll never forget it. It was like it was glowing just sitting there, and I picked it up. What is this thing? And like, so super cool. Totally changed my perspective on things. D says, I woke to the sound of rain, laid there and listened, then drifted back to sleep. I can do this in the middle of the day. Retired people often do this. It makes my heart feel so good. That's awesome. I that's another thing I miss about Florida is we'd have those afternoon rain showers, and like they're like the perfect sleeping storms because you can't go outside and do anything, so you might as well just cozy up and maybe have a little nap. Pretty good. We don't get a whole
Yesterday,
lot of
I
rain.
invited you to come have a nap with me and Bowie because it was raining outside. There's something about the rain going on, and you just feel so cozy, and you just need to stay warm in bed. So, Dee, that sounds absolutely beautiful. I love it.
Tina says, I really love to find good deals on plants. I love a good deal too. Oh, and even though I'm like a marketer by trade outside of Journal Party, and inside of Journal Party, let's be honest. But even so, I am a sucker for a deal. Like, I'm the guy who orders like 4 meals on Uber Eats because deal. I'm the only meat eater in the house, but I should definitely order 4 meaty meals to save $5 for sure. I feel you on that one. Bernita says, have you tried any of the mushroom coffees? Yes, I have. They're interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about them. I think they work. I don't know. They're also expensive too. The nootropics, as they are called, I believe. Alex just is freaked out by the concept of a mushroom, so I can't get her to try it.
No, I'm sure I've heard like incredible things about mushroom coffees, and there's even mixes out there with matcha and mushrooms and coffee and mushrooms. So more power to you, Bernita. But I personally am freaked out by mushrooms. Even though I physically won't see them, just knowing that I'm drinking a mushroom, probably not going to work for me. But Alex, by all means, go for it.
I will. Thank you. Thank you for your your suggestion. Nahal says, "Love you guys. Have to go make
I
dig dig."
love you,
Nahal, that
Noel.
is an excellent
You.
idea. I think as we come up to the hour here, probably a good time to close it out. Folks, this was super joyful. I'm feeling in a super good mood. I've got all sorts of things earmarked to that I need to do. Need to adjust my routine a little bit. I'm excited to do that, and um, I'm happy we did this work today. I hope you guys feel the same. Alex, any parting words for the party people?
I noticed a couple of, because I pulled up the chat on my phone, and a lot of us referred to feeling safe and that being a source of joy. And I couldn't agree more. That's kind of what continuously was coming up for me, was just that sense of safety is what allows me to be open to whatever the world wants to give me. But safety is number one. So do all the things that make you feel the safest. And yeah, it was wonderful hearing from everyone. And thank you so much.
Yeah, all right. Well, everyone, as you are probably aware, hopefully you're aware, the Journal Party podcast is back. So check that out. We'll have a new episode coming to you early next week. And if you're in premium, don't forget to join us on Friday for our Journal Party happy hour, which is at 3 o'clock Pacific. So that would be 6 o'clock Eastern time. Last time we had a few people showing up. We did some fun prompts and just got a little silly. It was fun. It was a good time. So that's all the housekeeping that we got for you. So thank you everyone for showing up. It's been a blast, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your week, and as always,